はい、始まりました。夜中のチャンネル、フィンチ家の屋敷で起きた奇妙なこと。じゃあ、違う、フィンチ家の屋敷で起きたこと。なんだっけ、よくわかんない。フィンチ家の奇妙な屋敷で起きたことか。はい、やっていきたいと思います。声入ってるかな。入ってるね。はい、やっていくでござる。
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
ほとんど立ち入ることができなかった。あ、これあれか。罰で決定か。クロスヘアってなんだ？ちょっと明るい方がいいな。クロスヘアってなんだ？わからんと。こんなもんで。
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
7年前の請求書。
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
お兄さんは死んじゃったんだね、お葬式で。
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
あ、家に行きます。こうか。
woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do.
家を相続して戻る気はなかったけど戻りましたと。家の半分は立ち入りを許されなかった。車がある。
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
家が怖いと。鍵はどこの鍵ですか？玄関かな？どうやって使うの鍵は、そもそも。ミッシング。探して誘拐？行方不明だね、ミッシングってこと。誰がミッシング？お兄ちゃん？葬式したっつってたよ。見つからないまま葬式？遺体は出たのかな？お兄ちゃんはそもそも遺体はあったのかな？ミッシング、そうだね。
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
ガレージだよね、そしたら。あ、ガレージじゃない。こっちからでも行ける。行けちゃうんかい。
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
ガレージだね。どこからどう見ても。
The power had been turned off the night we left.
あ、電気は来てないと。
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
去った夜のままテーブルは散らかっていた。去った夜のまま。去らなきゃいけなかったんだろうね。
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
殺されたけど。
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
イーディおばあちゃんがいる。
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
歯が多すぎるよ。
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
沈んだ最初の家のレンガ。 こと？これは玄関ですね。こうやっていろいろ触れるな。
Instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Only one restaurant would deliver to our house. We had Chinese a lot.
ああ、よくあれね、映画で、アメリカ映画で、ハリウッド映画でチャイニーズレストランでデリバリーするとこういう箱あるよね。これ食べたことないけど、これ食べてみたいよね、これでね。いろいろ触れんだよな。2階も行きたいな。あ、おばあちゃん用のこれきっとあれだよね。
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
ああ、やっぱほら、兄は行方不明になっちゃったんだよ。で、信じてる。だから、遺体は見つかってないんだよね、きっとね。ほら、変な扉あったよ。
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
おばあちゃんはめっちゃあれ施錠されてる。何これ。ああ、
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
ミルトンが行方不明になった母さんすべて寝室。
Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
はあ、
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
はあ、
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
ちょっと不思議すぎる。
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
何これ、全然わかんない。ああ、上がある。
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
バーバー。フィンチ家。ホラーゲームか何かはちょっとわかんないっす。
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
なんか引きずった跡あるよ。出れねえけど。あ、びっくりした。何ですか？あ、なんかあった。
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
あ、いた。
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
ミルトンがここにいたのは明らか。はい。
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
あ、ミルトンって書いてある。ミルトン。サインが。
But I had no idea what was behind that door.
部屋がある。
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
セーブ中。勝手にセーブしてるけど。ちょっと待って。チュートリアル。チュートリアルカモン。カモンカモンチュートリアル。
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
モーリーの部屋。
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
何これ。これどうすればいいのこれ。モリーの部屋に入ったよ。モリー。ここにも扉がある。覗きはなんのかないな。何これ。ファー。あ、なんかあった。はい。モーリー。
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
だから食べ物を探しに行ったの。モリーが食べ物を探しに行ったってことだよね。ネズミの餌。
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
ネズミの餌食った。
My Halloween candy was all gone.
部屋出れんのこれ。
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
遅いわ。いい子だからもう寝なさい。お腹が空いてるんですけど。サニハン怖い。俺全然怖くない。なんか、なんていうの、不安しかない。怖くはない。不安がでかい。あ、魚おる。魚食べないよね。クリストファー。
I thought about eating Christopher, but I
だけ
held
ど
back.
我慢したの。そりゃそうだよね。生魚。あ、こっち側行ける。あ、こっち側行ってる。トイレだね。水は飲めるよ。水飲めるよ。
I kept eating and eating.
いや、それ歯磨き粉。モリ皮膚。モリ皮膚がお前、ブツブツやったぞ。食べたの？
I ate a lot of things that night.
あの夜いっぱい。怖えな。ちょっと怖くなってきた。サニアごめん、怖くなってきた。モーリーの皮膚の感じ見たら怖くなってきた。なんか感染、病気かな、感染しとるのかな。
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
鳥の声がしたの。食わせろ。
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
キャットになったよ。モリーキャットになった。わー。
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
鳥が道しるべだね。
I jumped and I almost got her.
モーリーは人だったのかな、猫だったのかな。
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
でもお母さん鳥を食べたくてしょうがなかったの。
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Nine, どうするの？
Rabbits.
うさぎ。
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
爪の間から私の
I
顔を
swallowed
見
him
上
up,
げ、うさぎ。
and I didn't chew
一
one
口
bit.
にポクンと飲み込んだの。
Then I flew off to find something
大
bigger.
きいのを探しに行ったわ。やばーみ。カリカリとしてる。
A mama rabbit.
お母さんのうさぎ。ちょっと待って。これ超むずい。お母さんのうさぎ。超むずハンティング。超むずハンティング。これ無理だよ。ちょっとゲームでアシストしてゲームでアシストして。これくっそむずいんやが。いや、俺よく捕まえたな、さっき。 どうやって捕まえたん？捕まえさせて。いやー、ここでクリアできない人続出案件来た。
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
いや、おかしい。ふかしら。ちょっと待って、これ自分で動かしてる。これピチピチしてるの自分で動かしてる。ちょっと待って。つぼった。
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals.
ちょっと待って、水の中超むずい。 とても美味しかったの。子供の妄想とかは残酷ですよね、割と。
So hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
目を開けたら全てが変わる。待って、なんかニョロニョロしてる。やべ。人じゃなくなってる。やべ。ずるずる動いてる。
Now I was a monster and I smelled people everywhere.
人間の匂いがプンプン。これあれじゃん、B 級。
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
私は大きいけど静かに動く。
to stop, but also I didn't.
もうやめたい気もしたけど、そうでもなくて。
Passenger, I was still
食べ終わっ
hungry.
てもまだお腹
Across the water, I smelled
海
something
辺の向こうから
new,
匂い
something
が
I
して
had to
匂いが
have,
し
so
た
I
とっても
swam
美味し
towards
そう
it.
だからそっち行ってみたの。
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer.
どんどん近づいて。あ、モーリーの部屋じゃん。
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
私はそれを全部買うわ。なんたらかんと。フィンチ家の人々を今あれかな、振り返ってんのかな。セーブ中。勝手にセーブすな。ここバスルームとトイレとこの向こう側は。これ終わり。モレーズルームはこれで終わりかな。出れない。出れない。出れないな。ああ、ここか。猫ちゃんになってだよね。
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like
イ
bringing
ー
up
ディ
the
だったら違
past.
ったけど、母さんは過去を語るの嫌いだっ
Though,
た。
when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
あ、次の部屋だね。
I spent a lot of time in Great Grandma Edie's room.
ひいおばあちゃんの部屋で私はかなりの時間を過ごした。ここも
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room was like a museum.
確かに博物館みたい。セブンイーディ。ああ、あれか、文鳥のあれか。イーディに書いてもらっていたのよみたいなこと言ってたもんね、肖像画を。
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
ああ、モリー。イーディの娘がモリー。でもモリー、猫にモリーって名前をつけたのはお母さんだから。だモリーとは兄弟だったってことかな。
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
墓地で最初にオーディットだった。オーディン・フィンチね。
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
オーディン・フィンチ。セーブ中。
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
真ん中のがイーディのおばあちゃんかな。あれがお母さん、メガネのがお母さんで、ピンクのノースリーブ着てる女の子がこの子かな。それかモーリー、どっちかでね。違うよ、お母さんとモーリーは兄弟の可能性があるから、この子は、主人公だね。17歳の女の子。
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
お風呂に戸がついてる。ああ、座れるようになってる。ご高齢だったのかな。 鍵で何でも、1個の鍵で何でもあかんでしょ。シークレットインザバスルーム。なんで開くんや、鍵。
There's a secret in this bathroom.
このバスルームには秘密が隠されている。
It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Oh, 勝手に入らないでください。
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
現像するとこだね。霊暗、暗室だね。暗室。現像する部屋だね。ミルトン。あ、こっからミルトンの部屋に入れるんじゃないかな。
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Ah, 宇宙飛行士だ。
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
マッシュルームを食べるぐらいなら死ぬと言った。
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
今行くよ。
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
ブランコことしかできないんだけど。え？またサメになっちゃうやつ
？I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
More ちょっとで一周できそう。よいしょ。
The day he made up his mind to fly, and he did.
あ、飛んだ。
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
ああ、それでカルビンはカルビンはブランコの事故で死んじゃったってことかな。じゃあモーリーはどうやって死んだ？ガシお腹すいたって言ってる。セーブ中。
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
あ、カルビン側を禁止にしたの。あ、こっち側もいけるじゃん。あ、双子の
Mom
部
said
屋。
Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
ねえ、ちょっと見せて。あ、やめてくれ。双子の、ああ、なるほど、やっぱ事故で死んじゃったから、イーディはカルビン側を封鎖したと。フォートカルビン。こっちはフォートサムとカルビンの双子。サムはミリタリーマニアかな。兵隊さんが好きなんだね、多分。あー、つら。61年から止まってる。つら。カルビンとサム。トゥーコマンドセンター。うわー、つらい。これはつらい。双子の部屋だからね。いけない、こっちは。写真を撮ってんのはサムっつってたっけ。忍者屋敷。
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Ah, 違う部屋だ。こことバーバラの部屋だ。 バーバラは子役だったのかな。
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
その後どんな風に辛かったかなんて考えたことなかった。
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
超怖いんだけど。
Oh dear!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out. but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep
Barbara,激おこ
watching
です
the
ね。
late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there?
Walter?
Ah! Okay,
Walter?
I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Walter? Walter? めっちゃ怖い、めっちゃ怖い。めっちゃ怖い、鳥肌立ってきた。ウォルター？ウォルター？ウォルター。
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
モーリーの部屋だね。
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Ah, じゃあウォルター探さなきゃ。ウォルター？はい、ウォルター。あ、入れない。入れない。いない。
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
怖怖怖怖怖怖怖怖怖。
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
怪物たちが驚かせに来て
She
くれた。
saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Ooh.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Oh. Barbara.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Save 中。ということはオルゴールを回せば鍵が出てくると。いやー、フィンチ家の人々は
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
なるほどね。
Edie's father Odin built the original house.
オルゴールを回せば鍵が出てくる。下に行けると。からくり屋敷やな。なんか不運な死を遂げてるんだね、フィンチ家の人々は。
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
こいつか。いや、怖え。怖え。めっちゃ怖え。
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
お母さんがちょっとなんか精神いっちゃってたのかな。なんか作りかけのものが結構あるな。ここに肖像画とか描かれてたよね。これでお父さんが手を切っちゃってバーバラが、弟の面倒一人で見なきゃいけなくなっちゃったってやつだよね。
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
こそこそ荷物を持って地下に降りていくのを見たことがある。いや、怖え。いや。
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can. I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
昔は町から列車が通ってたんだよね。
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
あなたと同じぐらい途方に暮れているけども、あなた誰？兄ちゃん？俺？プレイヤーのこと言ってる？あなたと同じぐらい途方に暮れているけど。
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
フィンチ家は奇妙なことがきっと起きてたんだろうね。ウォルターは自分の姉がモンスターに連れ去られちゃった、殺されちゃったと信じて地下で生活していたのかな。モンスターを恐れて。でも2005年の最後の一日は自由に生きたんだよね。深いな。多分決まった時間に地震みたいのがあったのは多分トンネル掘るための葉っぱじゃないかな。
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
あ、こっちは墓地か。墓地だ
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
ナネズミのドルピージュニアとかがいる。ルーシー、デイジー、チャーリー、ココ、ゾエ、ゾウ。めっちゃいるな。オリガー、シャドウ、猫、ウサギ。ワンちゃんだね、これは。猫ちゃん。カエルもいる。カエルの名前わかんねえな。カエルの名前わかんない。
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
あ、モリー・フィンチ。あ、猫と鳥だ。猫と鳥とヘビだ。あ、カロリン・フィンチ。宇宙飛行士。セブン・フィンチ。お父さんかな。エディ・フィンチ。ウォルター・フィンチ。ああ、ウォルター。バーバラ・フィンチ。アクターね、アクトですね。上にあるか？
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
これはイーディと旦那さんだね。おばあちゃんとおじいちゃん。オーディン・フィンチ。
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
ああ、家を建てたかったオーディン・フィンチ。覗けるでしょ、これ。あれが沈んだ家か。
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
スウェーデンから船で家ごと持ってきて40フィートの
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand.
お母さん
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to help her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
サム・フィンチ。サムは兵隊さんになったのかな。戦死してしまったのかな。サム。ガス・フィンチ。ジョルジー・フィンチ。 ミルトン・フィンチ、絵描きさんかな。
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Sanjay Kumar. Nantara Finch.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
家が完成する前に一族全員死んじゃったってことだね、きっとね。
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
妊娠22日目の体で来ようとは思わなかっただろう。妊娠してんの主人公。17歳やで。お母さんの話？自分の話？
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
I'm over here, Dad. What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
あ、サムおじいちゃんとの記憶違うな。会ったことはないけど誰？
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up.
お母さんだ。お母さんの記憶だこれは。女性の声はお母さんだ。サムはカメラを肌に離さず持っていたもの。写真が趣味だったんで、おじいちゃん。
Aw.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving.
Are you done yet?
Does it sound like I'm done? Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
お母さんの名
I'll
前
be
どうか
fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map. Let's see. Maybe. Or was it? Could have been. You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo. Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down, like we practiced. Whenever you're ready. Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about—
Dad!
ああ、サムおじさんは、サムおじいちゃんは事故で死んじゃったのか。
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
ドーンも死んでるよね。あそこの木のとこに書いてある。あ、やっぱお腹大きいな。お腹が大きいっす。妊娠してますね。
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something. Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Hey. ちょっとね、一回ここで締めたいと思います。次回ね、この続きからやっていきたいと思います。フィンチの人たちはなかなかな奇怪な死を遂げておりますな。はい、それでは、次回この続きからやっていきたいと思います。サムおじいちゃんの続き、この扉の向こう側だね。はい、やっていきたいと思います。セーブはこれ勝手に終わればいいのかな。勝手に終われば終われる。勝手に終わっていいのかな。はい、じゃあね、次回この続きからやっていきます。バイバイ。